Come on in, everyone. Welcome to the 2025 Brevard County Sheriff's Office Awards Ceremony. I'm absolutely honored to be your MC again this year. Thank you so much for the opportunity. This evening, we'll be recognizing some of the accomplishments of our agency members from events from the past year. Now, majority of this evening's presentation will be in video format, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We will open this evening with a word of prayer, followed by the presentation of colors and the singing of our national anthem by Jana Ivey. Will you please stand as we welcome to the stage Richard Hargraves.
Thank you very much for being here tonight, and I want to thank you for following your calling. Some people believe it's a vocation, but it's a calling from God. So if you just bow your heads, let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together to recognize the hard work and dedication of this year's award recipients. As we honor each name, help us to remember all glory and honor belongs to you. Thank you for the family and friends who have shown their support and encouragement. May they find your peace and comfort knowing that you, as an officer, walk with the Lord in your daily duties. I lift up to you these brave officers who selfishly dedicate their lives to protect and serve. I ask for you and your divine protection, O Lord, that you would be with them throughout their time and their duties. Lord, bless us tonight with your presence, and Lord God, may we honor those, Lord, who sacrificed and put you first in their duties. We ask this in Jesus' name, and everyone said, Amen.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Sheriff Wayne Ivey. You're welcome.
Unusual not seeing you in some kind of outfit or something like that.
Short shorts are my favorite.
Good to have a round of applause. He's always with me. We appreciate everything he does. On behalf of our entire agency, it's my honor to welcome you to our award ceremony. And tonight it's my honor to welcome family, friends, and community leaders. I want to give some special recognition before we start. I want to start by thanking our gracious hosts here at Church of Viera. They always open their doors, have their team, their sound team, everything else all ready for us. So please give them a big round of applause. Richie, for our invocation, just retired from our agency and still a part of our family and certainly part of our faith in God and everything that we do. So Richie, thank you. My beautiful daughter, Jana, for her national anthem. I can assure you she did not get that talent from me. So Jana, thank you for always being here with us. While everybody here tonight that'll be on this stage is a VIP, I'm going to take just a couple minutes and introduce some elected leaders and some leaders of our communities that are with us. And having you with us tonight means the absolute world to us. We are blessed to live in a community that stands with us each and every day, and that shines throughout the nation. So just a couple quick minutes, and I will tell you that some of them may have already left. They were going to a memorial service for Jessie Kirk in Titusville, and Jessie was a big part of our community, and our thoughts and prayers are with her family. So I know earlier I saw our school board superintendent, Dr. Mark Rendell. Dr. Rendell, are you still here with us? If you will, please stand up. Thank you, sir. We have an incredible partnership with you and your team. We are blessed. Mayor Andrew Connor of Titusville, I think Andrew already had to go. Mayor Lizette Kohler of Grant Vicaria. Mayor here. Mayor, thank you. Again, another great partnership that we share, and we're so blessed to have you with us. School board member John Thomas. So John, thank you, my brother. And I think I saw Rob Feltner, our county commissioner, who's been such a strong supporter of our agency. Rob, thank you, my friend. And I'm going to ask our command team to stand up. They are truly the backbone of this agency. So if you guys will, please all stand for me. Having everyone here tonight means the world to us, as tonight is an opportunity for us to honor those who honor us by putting their lives on the line to protect us. These amazing men and women that you'll see on this stage tonight put their lives on the line each and every day. And while we honor them tonight for their actions, it's nowhere near enough for what they do. They protect our citizens, our streets, our schools, our port, our churches, our pets, and they even guard our image as one of the most aggressive and professional agencies in the United States of America. I promise you that what you're going to see tonight on this stage is only a small percentage of what they do each and every day. It's only a small percentage of the life-saving efforts, the crime-fighting efforts, the passion, the heart that they put in to protecting and being a part of our community. Each of them is vital to our success. At the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, there are no support units. Each and every member is vital to our success, and if you take just one of them out, we're not the great agency we were when they were with us. As sheriff, I get to see this amazing work each day as it takes place. I get to interact with our members, and I get the honor of wearing the same uniform as them. Their amazing work and accomplishments don't go unnoted by our community. As I said, our community stands with us. These men and women, every day, put forth their bravery, their dedication, their commitment, and quite frankly, the joy they have in doing this job. Many have heard me say I'm surrounded by an amazing team of men and women that knock it out of the park each day to keep us safe. Tonight, what you get to see is the exclamation point on that statement. I could not be more proud of them. I love them, and I love being part of this agency. The late Coach Jim Valvano once said, God must have loved ordinary people because he made so many of us. But in every single day, in every walk of life, ordinary people do extraordinary things. Ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things. Tonight's award recipients are ordinary people who do extraordinary things. They're moms, dads, sons, daughters, and friends. They're the people we grew up with, the people we go to church with, the people we see at the store, the people we see at the park. They're also dedicated, honorable, courageous, and compassionate superheroes who go to work each day with just one thing on their mind: protecting us. Somehow these ordinary people become heroes and brave souls who put their lives on the line. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. Tonight, you will see the true peacemakers of Brevard County, and it's my honor to recognize them for their heroic and committed efforts to keeping our citizens safe. Jay, it's all yours, my brother.
All right, first up tonight, our Longevity Awards, recognizing the distinguished service of our team members. Our employees being recognized for 25 years of service.
25 years of service.
Parts Supply Specialist James Burkett. Corrections Sergeant Sean Fontaine. Deputy Dan Gibbons. Deputy Scott Harris. Reserve Corrections Deputy Christina Isbell. Sergeant Greg Smith. Major Brad Thomas. Sergeant Ben Wheeler. Patrol Support Specialist Angela Williams.
Will those mentioned please stand for applause? Thank you so much for what you do. Next, our employees being recognized for 30 years of service, a truly remarkable milestone.
30 years of service.
Deputy Kevin Hughes. Booking Technician Mark James. Inmate Program Support Specialist Teresa Ravel.
Okay, will those mentioned please stand? Outstanding, congratulations. Next, our employees being recognized for 35 years of service, an incredible accomplishment.
35 years of service.
Investigative Analyst Missy Knight. Record Specialist Krista McCoon. Director of Jail Special Projects, Noel Remillard. Corporal Mike Williams.
Will those mentioned please stand? Outstanding. Next up, our employees being recognized for 40 years of service.
40 years of service.
Corporal Frank Flake. Reserve Deputy Larry Primavera.
After 40 years of service, will you please carefully stand? Outstanding. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much for your service. Next is our Partnership Award. This award signifies that the recipient has consistently demonstrated dedication to strengthening the relationships of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office with the community it serves through loyalty, honor, professionalism, and community involvement.
Partnership Award.
For over 25 years, Sean Beck has been a distinguished business leader and entrepreneur in Brevard County. A lifelong resident, Sean was raised by his parents, Jack and Joanne Cart, who founded and operated Jack's Wrecker Service. After graduating high school, he joined the family business, working alongside his parents before ultimately taking over and continuing their legacy. Beyond Jack's Wrecker Service, Sean now owns and operates ATH Trailer Sales in Melbourne. However, his success in business is not the reason we are acknowledging him this evening. Recognizing the community plays a vital role in the success of the Sheriff's Office, Sean exemplifies what it means to give back. His unwavering support for our community, children, veterans, and first responders is truly remarkable. Sean's contributions are countless. Year after year, he has supported youth sports, organized an annual Thanksgiving turkey fundraiser with 100% of proceeds going to charity, and leads a holiday toy drive to ensure less fortunate children in our community receive gifts. He is also a dedicated supporter of Dancing for the Space Coast, an event that benefits multiple charities. Perhaps one of his most cherished efforts is his support for neglected, homeless, and abused animals in our shelter. As one of the founding sponsors of the Pet Posse, he has been a key advocate for life-saving initiatives and pet adoption events since 2014. From helping with the initial makeover of the shelter to repurposing and painting a trailer for adoption events, Sean's dedication has been unwavering. For the past 3 years, he has also partnered with other local business owners to cover the full cost of pet adoptions, ensuring countless animals find loving homes. Despite all he does, Sean has never sought recognition. He prefers to work behind the scenes, letting his generosity speak for itself. But tonight, we shine a light on his incredible impact. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Beck is one of the reasons Brevard County remains one of the best and safest places to call home. It is with great honor that we present him with the 2024 Partnership Award.
Please keep the applause going as we welcome to the stage Mr. Sean Beck. Fist bump. Fist bump.
Coming up, I'll tell you that he answers my phone call. Every time I call him, I don't know why, because he knows I'm going to hit him up. But he is a great partner to us, and we just wanted to recognize him tonight. No, they do it. Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, here we're going to stand right here on this little orange mark. Right there.
Next is our Special Recognition Award. These individuals consistently demonstrate a commitment to excellence with selfless devotion to duty and have made a significant impact on the law enforcement community.
Special Recognition Award.
Scott and Terry Wilfong have been dedicated volunteers with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office since July 2023. Throughout their service, they have actively participated in the Citizen Observer Patrol, contributing hundreds of volunteer hours to programs such as Project Lifesaver, vacation house checks, residential patrols, traffic control, and special events. In addition, Scott and Terry volunteer with the Community Services Unit, assisting with various crime prevention programs and presentations, including the 4 A's of survival: anti-bullying initiatives, Citizens Academy, Coffee with a Cop, fraud prevention, personal safety, Ready self-defense course, Safe Kids, home and business security surveys, Shop with a Cop, and Shred events. Beyond these contributions, Scott also supports the media unit by volunteering his photography skills at special events, parades, and canine competitions. This year alone, Scott has logged 619 hours of service, while Terry has contributed 543 hours, totaling an impressive 1,162 hours of volunteer service in 2024. Their unwavering dedication and service to the Citizen Observer Patrol and the community exemplifies their commitment to public safety. For their efforts, we proudly recognize Scott and Terry Wilfong with the Sheriff's Special Recognition Award.
So unfortunately, Scott and Terry cannot be with us this evening, but they are joining us online. So if you guys are out there, thank you so much. I will gladly accept on their behalf.
The only way you get an award.
Yeah.
So before we give this, I'm going to tell you that almost every event I show up at, especially those that have our crime prevention unit or something we're doing in community relations, parade, whatever it is, they are always there. And somebody asked me one time, why don't you hire them? And my answer was, why? Why would I do that? So they are an amazing team. They're an amazing part of our team. And I know they do a great job for Jay and his team. So while they couldn't be with us tonight, we certainly wanted to recognize them.
Guess I'll just hang on to these. All right, next we will recognize our Volunteer of the Year. Our Volunteer of the Year, this recipient has made a significant contribution to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office by strengthening the relationship with the community it serves through devotion to duty, commitment to service, and community involvement.
Volunteer of the Year.
Robert Downs has been a dedicated volunteer with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office since July 2018. During his service, he has been an integral part of the Citizens Observer Patrol, contributing thousands of volunteer hours to programs such as Project Lifesaver, vacation house checks, residential patrols, traffic control, and special events. In March of 2024, COP Downs expanded his volunteer efforts by joining the Community Services Unit, where he took on the responsibility of driving the BCSO media truck. In this role, he helps promote public safety messages, special sheriff's office events, and recruitment efforts. Additionally, he assists the media unit with filming during the sheriff's high-intensity target operations, further supporting the department's mission. These contributions are in addition to his already extensive volunteer work with the Sheriff's Office. In 2024 alone, Robert logged an impressive 1,432 hours of service, an increase from the 933 hours he contributed in 2023. His unwavering dedication to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office exemplifies his commitment to public safety and community service. we are proud to recognize his contributions to the agency by naming him our Volunteer of the Year.
All right, keep the applause going as we welcome to the stage our 2024 Volunteer of the Year, Mr. Robert Downs. It is now time to recognize our Citizen of the Year.
Citizen of the Year.
The Brevard County Sheriff's Office is proud to recognize Joe Rodriguez for his unwavering dedication and generous contributions to our agency and to the community. His kindness was especially evident during the Buddy Ride-Along, where he graciously donated meals for the event. This special occasion allowed members of the Down Syndrome Association of Brevard and their chaperones to experience an interactive tour of the agency, complete with boat rides, SWAT demonstrations, and a heartwarming finale with puppies and ice cream. Joe's commitment to making these experiences truly memorable exemplifies his generosity and compassion. Year after year, Joe has also provided countless meals to feed our inmates and work crews during hurricane relief efforts. His support ensures that those working tirelessly to protect and assist our community have the nourishment they need to continue their efforts. During the holiday season, he has played a vital role in the Reverse Christmas Parade, collecting toys at each of his McDonald's locations. These toys are distributed by local law enforcement agencies to children in need, bringing joy and hope to families throughout Brevard County. Beyond these acts of generosity, Joe continually fosters positive community engagement by hosting various events across the county. He never misses an opportunity to include the Sheriff's Office, inviting our recruiting unit, motor unit, and other agency members to interact with the public in meaningful and impactful ways. Joe's unwavering dedication, generosity, and commitment to Brevard County do not go unnoticed. His continued efforts help strengthen the bond between law enforcement and the citizens we serve. The Brevard County Sheriff's Office is proud to recognize Joe Rodriguez as our Citizen of the Year for his outstanding contributions to our community. His dedication, service, and commitment to making a difference exemplifies the values we so cherish.
I can tell you that he loves all of our law enforcement agencies, not just the Sheriff's Office, but every one of them in our community, and he and his team bend over backwards to help us. So if you see Joe out there at one of the car shows or one of the things he does, I often see him in the drive-thru. Let's not kid each other. But if you see him out, we appreciate what he and his family do for us.
Meritorious service. This award signifies that the recipient displayed unusual thoroughness, determination, and/or initiative while carrying out his or her duties. This award is for service rendered in the line of duty where the employee, because of his or her diligence and perseverance, performed a difficult task in which a serious crime is prevented, significant property is protected, human life is protected, or causes the successful closure of a significant criminal case in which the criminal is apprehended. This year, agency personnel distinguished themselves in incidences ranging from stopping of reckless drivers to complex investigations that led to the arrest and prosecution of dangerous criminals. The following individuals are being recognized for their meritorious service during 2024.
Merit Bar Awards.
Field Training Officer Michael Neal, Agent Joel Hernandez, Agent Nick Waltman, Deputy Jose Rodriguez, Deputy Austin Henry, Corporal Anthony Nunez, Field Training Officer Billy Mosbach, Deputy Sean Birchfield, Deputy Jackson Hinkle, Deputy Lauren Donaldson.
Will those mentioned please stand? Thank you so much for what you do for our community and our agency. Life-Saving Awards. This award is to recognize those employees who, under true emergency circumstances, act to prevent probable loss of life, either by exercising appropriate first aid procedures or by direct intervention. This award to an employee for competent and expedient action that is directly accountable for sustaining or saving a human life. Subsequent death of a victim after release to medical personnel will not preclude them from nomination. During the past year, our employees have used their training to save the lives of persons experiencing critical medical events, contemplating suicide, and suffering tragic accidents. The following employees are being recognized with a Life-Saving Award during 2024.
Life-Saving Awards.
Deputy Ryan Morris, Agent Ryan Mason, Corporal Don Flamio, Deputy Lucas Hitchcock, Deputy Tyler Swatchick, Field Training Officer Gareth Givens, Deputy Tom Case, Deputy Timothy Haney, Deputy Kyle Reinhardt, Deputy Bragg McLaughlin, Deputy Noah Kane, Deputy Shane Dalton, Corrections Deputy Louis Reynoso, Deputy Ben Nemeth, Deputy Jimmy Wright.
Please stand. Thank you so much. 2024 Reserve Deputy of the Year. Our Reserve Deputy of the Year was selected from the 52 Reserve and Auxiliary Deputies currently volunteering with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. Our Reserve and Auxiliary Deputies donate thousands of hours each year that benefit our agency and community.
Reserve Deputy of the Year. Reserve Deputy of the Year.
Reserve Deputy Sheriff Larry Primavera is being honored as the Reserve Deputy of the Year for his outstanding dedication and unwavering commitment to the Reserve Unit. Known for his friendly and outgoing demeanor, Reserve Deputy Primavera consistently steps up to assist whenever and wherever needed. He has demonstrated remarkable dedication by attending all meetings and training sessions while also working an impressive number of details. In 2024, he volunteered for 26 details, more than any other Reserve Deputy. These assignments, which are public service oriented, are designated to the Reserve Unit by the Office of the Sheriff. A review of Reserve Deputy Primavera's personnel file reflects his long-standing commitment to law enforcement. He joined the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Reserve Unit on June 30th, 2010, following his retirement as a sergeant after 26.5 years of employment with the agency. With over 40 years of dedicated service to the Sheriff's Office and an additional 5 years with the City of Sebastian Police Department, Reserve Deputy Primavera achieved an extraordinary milestone: 45 years of service in law enforcement. Additionally, he proudly and honorably served our country as an active member of our military for over 14 years, with service in both the Navy and the Army. Few individuals dedicate nearly half a century to protecting and serving their communities and country. His exceptional career, tireless efforts, and commitment to public safety exemplified the highest standards of law enforcement service. Brevard County Sheriff's Office is proud to recognize Larry Primavera as the 2024 Reserve Deputy of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Reserve Deputy of the Year, Larry Primavera. All right. Before we continue, I'd like to draw your attention to the right side of the stage here. Welcome the Coastal Florida Police Benevolent Association representative, Mr. J.J. Woolsey. He will be presenting a special gift to our Of the Year recipients as they exit the stage. Thank you for being with us here tonight, sir. At this time, we would like to recognize our Public Safety Telecommunicators of the Month. These recipients were selected from the 41 public safety telecommunicators who handle all emergency radio dispatch for the Brevard County Sheriff's Office and several of our local police agencies. They are the lifeblood of our agency.
Public Safety Telecommunicator of the Month.
PST Jessica Heath is being recognized for her exemplary actions during multiple critical incidents this year. In the first incident, a mentally ill male was reportedly disturbing the peace in the neighborhood. When the deputy arrived, the individual attempted to injure the deputy while speeding off in his vehicle. Following a pursuit, the suspect was apprehended. In the second incident, PST Heath, who also serves as one of our communications training officers, was on the radio when a deputy activated his emergency button during a physical altercation with a mentally ill individual. Thanks to her swift response and precise communication, she relayed the deputy's exact location to responding units who were able to assist in quickly gaining control of the situation. PST Heath's outstanding professionalism and quick thinking in these challenging situations exemplify her dedication to public safety. PST Abigail Adams demonstrated exceptional responsiveness and coordination skills during 2 critical incidents. During the first incident, Adams received a call from Coastal Health Systems Dispatch regarding a male who escaped a stretcher upon arrival at a mental health facility in Titusville. Despite simultaneously working the radio, she promptly gathered information, notified nearby deputies, and alerted the aviation unit. Her swift actions enabled deputies to quickly locate the individual. During another shift, PST Adams handled a call reporting 2 individuals attempting to break into vehicles. After deputies arrived, the incident escalated into a vehicle pursuit spanning 2 precincts. Adams efficiently relayed updates from 20 dispatch units and tracked the vehicle's movements, contributing to the successful apprehension of the suspect. In both cases, PST Adams' quick thinking and effective communication were instrumental in resolving the incidents successfully. PST call taker Trinae Robinson demonstrated exceptional efficiency and professionalism while answering a 911 call from a victim who had been shot. She quickly relayed the details for dispatch, coordinated with fire rescue, and continued collecting information until deputies arrived. Her thoroughness assisted units in detaining the suspect within 30 minutes. In another incident, she received a 911 call about a woman giving birth with the umbilical cord visible. She quickly initiated emergency medical dispatch and guided the caller through the delivery. The baby boy was successfully delivered within 3 minutes of the call, and medical crews arrived shortly thereafter to provide further care. Her prompt actions and effective communication were crucial in resolving both emergencies successfully. PST Ellie Krizik-Mattison demonstrated exceptional skill and professionalism while managing a complex and high-pressure situation on the South Radio Channel. The incident began after the communications center received a call from medical assistance. The reporting person initially stated that the patient was in an inaccessible room and forced entry might be required. Based on this information, PSD Krizik-Mattison promptly dispatched deputies to assist Brevard County Fire Rescue units. Upon BCFR's arrival, an unidentified female informed them that the patient was being held at gunpoint in the room by another unidentified female. PSD Krizik-Mattison coordinated the response of deputies as well as multiple officers from the Palm Bay Police Department. She maintained and logged all radio traffic and ensured seamless communication throughout the incident. Despite having less than 2 years of experience, PSD Krizik-Mattison handled the situation with the poise and expertise of a seasoned public safety telecommunicator. Her actions were instrumental in the efficient coordination of resources and response during this critical event. PST Logan Burkett demonstrated exceptional professionalism and quick thinking while answering a 911 call regarding a male gunshot victim. When the provided address could not be verified, she swiftly used GPS coordinates to determine the caller's location. Within a minute, she initiated the call for service and connected the caller to Brevard Fire Rescue for life-saving instructions, ensuring a rapid emergency response despite the address discrepancy. PST Burkett meticulously documented all information from fire rescue and then resumed the call to gather critical suspect information before units arrived on the scene. Her outstanding actions and composure under pressure exemplify her dedication to public safety. The Communications Center was notified of a theft from the Metro PCS in Merritt Island via the ESP Tracker Alert System. The alert indicated that the tracked device had moved from the initial location and was stationary at Wells Fargo. Supervisor Andy LeBeau acknowledged the alarm and monitored the tracker as it moved through the city of Cocoa until it became stationary on Rosentine Street. Supervisor LeBeau worked with the dispatchers to coordinate the response to the location of the theft and the location of the device. Within 24 minutes of receiving the tracker notification, patrol units were in contact with the theft suspect. The seamless collaboration and swift response in tracking the device were instrumental in assisting with the suspect's apprehension. Shift Supervisor Emily Sturgeon answered a 911 call from a distressed caller reporting a male in their pool, possibly deceased. Supervisor Sturgeon immediately connected the caller with the medical dispatcher in the same room to provide life-saving medical instructions. She remained on the line with the caller, offering support and relaying critical updates to responding units promptly. Despite the emotional nature of the call, Supervisor Sturgeon ensured all necessary notifications were made without delay. Her quick and decisive actions played a key role in getting units to the scene rapidly, ultimately helping to save the man's life. PST Joel Valentin was working on West Radio when he dispatched and coordinated the response of multiple units to an incident where a suspect had barricaded himself. This included directing patrol units, K-9 teams, aviation, and Brevard County fire rescue units. As a perimeter was being established, PST Valentin meticulously documented their positions and utilized echo procedures to relay critical information to additional units. For over an hour, PST Valentin managed emergency radio traffic, ensuring seamless communication as units planned their approach to apprehend the armed, barricaded suspect. Thanks to his coordination and support, the suspect was taken into custody without further incident. PST Kaya Jernigan received a call from a distraught woman who reported that she had found a male who she originally believed had passed out, however was now unresponsive and not breathing. Demonstrating quick thinking and composure, PST Jernigan calmed the frantic caller with her steady demeanor and provided clear instructions on performing effective CPR until medical personnel arrived. Thanks to PST Jernigan's swift and level-headed actions, the male patient regained consciousness before being transported to the hospital. Her ability to remain calm under pressure played a critical role in giving the patient the opportunity to receive additional medical care. A 911 call was received from a woman reporting that her boyfriend had shot a homeless man in the stomach. The call taker quickly gathered critical details and provided them to PST Sarah Codding, who was working South Radio. PST Codding immediately dispatched the call to officers of the West Melbourne Police Department, relaying all essential information, including the locations of the weapon, the caller, and the victim. Once units arrived on the scene, she managed emergency traffic and meticulously documented officer locations. Thanks to the swift and coordinated efforts of the call taker and PST Codding, officers were able to quickly locate all parties involved. Their prompt actions ensured the victim received timely medical attention and remained alive due to the rapid response from first responders. Supervisor Jeffrey Hammer answered a medical assistance request from Palm Bay Police regarding an elderly male with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Acting quickly, Supervisor Hammer relayed the information to PSD DeMatos, who dispatched emergency personnel within seconds. The two worked closely with Supervisor Hammer, gathering critical details about the male's condition, the wound's location, and other essential medical information. This information was promptly passed on to PSD DeMatos, ensuring that responding personnel were well prepared for the situation once they arrived on the scene. Rescue units arrived in under 5 minutes and were able to stabilize the male before transporting him to an area hospital. The swift action, coordination, and expertise of Supervisor Hammer and PSD DeMatos played a crucial role in giving the male a chance at a successful recovery from this life-threatening injury. On Christmas Day, the Communication Center received a 911 call in reference to a structure fire in Cocoa, which had fully engulfed a residence. Upon the arrival of fire rescue, it was learned that the fire had moved to a nearby camper and was becoming dangerously close to a propane tank. PSD Adam Tompkinson worked on a radio channel coordinating the response of fire rescue as well as patrol units who were involved in the evacuation of nearby residences as well as closing the area to pedestrian and vehicular traffic. The incident lasted nearly 3 hours before the fire could be extinguished. PSD Tompkinson seamlessly coordinated the effort of personnel from multiple agencies during an extremely dangerous event. His efforts assisted in the successful conclusion of this incident without injury to the responding units or civilians.
Can I have all of our public safety telecommunicators of the month please join Sheriff Ivey on stage? How about a round of applause for these folks? We will now recognize our Public Safety Telecommunicator of the Year.
Public Safety Telecommunicator of the Year.
Public Safety Telecommunicator Jessica Heath has been with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office since January of 2018. Her exceptional performance and steadfast dedication during critical incidents truly reflect the qualities of a top-tier public safety professional. On February 6, 2024, the Communications Center received multiple calls about a mentally ill man causing disturbances in the neighborhood. Working on the North Radio channel, PST Heath quickly dispatched units and declared emergency traffic. As deputies arrived, the suspect fled in his vehicle, attempting to intentionally run over one of the deputies. PST Heath maintained remarkable composure, documenting deputy locations and coordinating with the Titusville Police Department. Her timely and efficient communication played a pivotal role in the apprehension of the suspect after a 12-minute pursuit, ensuring the safety of everyone involved. On May 13, 2024, PST Heath again demonstrated extraordinary professionalism during an emergency with an agitated, mentally ill individual. While handling the East Radio channel, she received a call about the suspect's erratic behavior. When the first deputy arrived on the scene, their emergency button was activated, signaling an urgent need for help. Without hesitation, PST Heath initiated emergency traffic on the appropriate radio channel, alerting all necessary units. Despite the unfolding chaos, she remained calm, prioritizing the safety of both the deputy and the suspect. Her clear-headedness and precise communication allowed her to coordinate a rapid response, ensuring the safe resolution of the situation. Recently, as part of a unified communications center merger with Fire Rescue, PST Heath volunteered to become a certified training officer, stepping up to lead and train new staff members who would be handling law enforcement calls. This leadership was crucial during a time when the agency faced an increased demand for experienced guidance. Jessica's professionalism, composure under pressure, and outstanding communication skills have made a lasting impact on both her team and the community. Her ability to manage high-stress situations with poise and efficiency exemplifies the very best of public safety telecommunications. The Brevard County Sheriff's Office is proud to recognize Jessica Heath as the 2024 Public Safety Telecommunicator of the Year.
Before I present Jessica with a plaque, I want to say this. Our telecommunicators are the lifeline for our first responders, but also for our citizens. And they're behind the scenes. They don't always get the credit they deserve, but we are an amazing agency because of the amazing team we have, telecommunicating all of the things that they do on 911, everything. And they deserve the true recognition for everything that makes it successful. So congratulations.
Somebody's hiding completely. There we go. Well, now the other person. Find a window. All right.
We will now recognize our Employees of the Month. Our recipients were selected from the 428 civilian employees who serve in numerous capacities throughout the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. Truly the unsung heroes. They keep the machine running each and every day.
Employees of the Month.
Crime scene investigator Skylar George was assigned as lead crime scene investigator for a homicide case. The initial scene investigation revealed signs that the victim was killed at another location before being moved to the location where the body was discovered. The investigation by homicide agents identified an area in Port St. John where the homicide may have occurred. A search of this location, conducted by a human remains detection canine, indicated the possibility of evidence being present. CSI George conducted a meticulous search and discovered evidence which was collected and sent to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. After laboratory analysis, the items she collected were able to place the victim at the Port St. John location. This crucial evidence, located by CSI George, enabled the lead homicide agent to close the case with the suspect's arrest. CSI George's exceptional attention to detail played a pivotal role in solving the case, bringing closure to the victim's family and delivering her killer to justice. In February, a canine in critical need of care arrived at Animal Services with a front leg rendered unusable due to a prior nerve injury. Our veterinary team performed the necessary front leg amputation, but as the surgery concluded, the canine faced a life-threatening crisis and appeared to stop breathing. Veterinary assistants Lindsay Williams and Alexia Carulli quickly responded using the anesthesia machine to provide essential breathing support. While Dr. Boyd prepared life-saving medications, Alexia and Lindsay initiated CPR with precision and expertise. Their quick thinking and dedication revived the canine, saving its life. During the processing of an inmate, Property Control Agent Lisa McGurn demonstrated exceptional attention to detail and vigilance. She observed the inmate attempting to conceal an item under the money kiosk machine and promptly alerted a booking deputy. Thanks to her quick actions, the inmate was removed from the area so a search could be conducted. As a result, a powdery substance was located and turned over to a deputy for further investigation and potential criminal charges. Property Control Agent McGurn's keen observation and swift response prevented harmful contraband from entering the jail facility, ensuring a safer environment for staff and inmates alike. Aviation mechanic Mike Ryle is a dedicated aviation mechanic responsible for maintaining the agency's fleet of helicopters with professionalism and excellence. Throughout most of 2024, he single-handedly managed all maintenance and repairs after a colleague's injury, ensuring fleet safety and readiness despite the increased workload. His responsibilities included routine maintenance, inspections, repairs, and regulatory compliance. Special Assistant to the Sheriff, Lisa Church, assisted the General Crimes Unit with analytical research in reference to a business burglary where $14,500 was stolen from an ATM machine. Despite the suspect's efforts to conceal his identity, Lisa conducted an exhaustive review of phone records, surveillance footage, and cellular data. Her perseverance led to the arrest of the suspect and his accomplice. Lisa shared information about the suspects to neighboring law enforcement agencies who had experienced similar burglaries. Her dedication not only assisted in solving our agency's case, but also provided valuable insight to other agencies investigating similar crimes. While performing her regular duties in the sewing room of the jail complex, sewing program coordinator Janet Andrews displayed remarkable vigilance and courage. She observed an inmate running down the secured hallway of the female facility before trying to enter the locked sewing room. When the inmate realized entry was not possible, she began climbing a perimeter fence in an attempt to escape. Without hesitation, sewing program coordinator Andrews took swift action, exiting the sewing room and physically restraining the inmate against the fence until a corrections deputy arrived. Thanks to her quick thinking and decisive response, sewing program coordinator Andrews successfully prevented an escape and ensured the safety and security of the facility. crime scene investigator Ava Severson assisted the Rockledge Police Department as the lead crime scene investigator on a homicide case. During a detailed search of the decedent's vehicle, she discovered a folded bundle of currency totaling $220, mostly consisting of replica bills, suggesting the homicide may have been drug-related. CSI Severson meticulously processed the bills for latent prints and successfully obtained and documented an identifiable latent print. The latent print was subsequently identified, providing homicide investigators with a possible suspect. This evidence enabled detectives to secure a search warrant for the suspect's apartment, which led to detectives obtaining an arrest warrant. CSI Severson's thoroughness and investigative skill significantly contributed to the solving the case and assisting the Rockledge Police Department in closing their investigation. A housing unit at the jail complex is a busy environment that involves constant inmate movement, with inmates being assigned to various work details such as dining, booking, medical, and facility maintenance. In her position, corrections technician Sonja Jones keeps watch over these activities, as well as watching the movement of commissary workers, chaplain services, attorney visits, and mental health evaluations. Corrections technician Jones plays a crucial role by vigilantly monitoring these activities, ensuring security and well-being for corrections deputies, and supporting them during cell block checks and other duties. Her consistent professionalism, dedication, and proficiency greatly enhance the efficiency and safety of the unit and serves as an example for all to follow. Approximately 7 months ago, the Sheriff's Office hired Todd Bartlett and Jim Whitworth as skilled trade workers to improve its facilities, with Jim serving in a county-wide support role. Todd, primarily assigned to the South Animal Shelter, has made significant improvements, enhancing conditions for staff, visitors, volunteers, and animals. He organized cleaning efforts, installed essential appliances, and tackled numerous repair projects. One major ongoing task is repairing 154 crumbling concrete kennel walls, which involves extensive prepping, pouring of concrete, and painting to make the spaces usable again. Jim has quickly identified and resolved numerous issues with a particular focus on electrical work. One notable example was his extensive repairs at an agency facility where he addressed safety hazards which could possibly have endangered employees who trained there. Jim replaced boxes, repaired wiring, identified circuits, and installed LED lights, significantly enhancing safety and allowing for night training while reducing energy costs. Both have consistently taken a proactive approach, traveling to various Sheriff's Office facilities to identify, prioritize, and resolve maintenance needs. Their exceptional attention to detail, expertise, and dedication have greatly improved the safety and functionality of the facilities. Crime scene investigator Taylor Totland assisted the General Crimes Unit with a business burglary investigation at a local convenience store. While conducting their follow-up investigation, agents interviewed the business owner, who believed the suspect was a former employee. CSI Totland processed the crime scene and documented 3 footwear impressions using advanced photography and gel lifting techniques. Deputies later arrested the former employee on an unrelated warrant and collected his shoes for comparison to the evidence collected at the scene. These items, along with the suspect's shoes, were sent to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement for analysis. The evidence examination by FDLE confirmed that the right shoe collected from the suspect matched the impressions photographed and lifted by CSI Totland, disproving the suspect's denial of involvement. The crime scene processing conducted by CSI Totland demonstrates her technical expertise, patience, and meticulous attention to detail in forensic photography and evidence collection. Animal enforcement officers Dylan Allen and Alyssa Ann Seidel responded to a canine attack that severely injured 2 people. They collected victim and witness information, canvassed the area, and were able to locate a canine matching the description at a nearby residence. Initially unable to confirm its identity, they photographed the canine and educated the owner on home quarantine. The officers returned to the scene where the victims and witnesses positively identified the canine from the photos. The officers responded back to the location of the canine, began the official quarantine procedures, and issued citations to the owner. Due to the thorough investigation of AEO Allen and Seidel, the offending canine was positively identified, the owner held responsible, and the victims were prevented from enduring a series of rabies vaccinations. IT specialist Chris Lugo has been an invaluable asset to the Sheriff's Office, particularly in supporting various projects within the jail complex. His contributions have played a crucial role in ensuring IT-related tasks are completed efficiently and seamlessly. One of Chris's key contributions was running Ethernet cables for the new cell phone boosters, which are essential for maintaining reliable cell service throughout the facility. His technical expertise and attention to detail directly improved communication and operations within the jail. Additionally, Chris played a vital role in the renovation of the sergeant's offices by wiring and connecting televisions for monitoring camera systems, as well as installing phones and desktop computers. His efforts ensured that the new workspace was fully functional and operational. Chris consistently goes above and beyond his assigned duties, demonstrating professionalism, dedication, and a strong commitment to the success of our operations.
Will our employees of the month please join Sheriff Ivey on stage? How about one more round of applause? We will now recognize our Employee of the Year.
Employee of the Year.
Since joining the agency in March of 1997, Mike Ryle has consistently demonstrated professionalism and excellence in his work. As the lead aviation mechanic, he is responsible for maintaining the operational readiness of our fleet of 7 helicopters. This year, his contributions reached an extraordinary level when the agency's second aviation mechanic sustained a traumatic injury, leaving Mike solely responsible for all maintenance and repairs for the majority of the year. Despite the immense workload, Mike's technical expertise, meticulous attention to detail, and tireless work ethic ensured that our fleet remained safe and mission ready. Throughout the year, Mike conducted routine and preventative maintenance, performed detailed inspections, diagnosed and repaired mechanical and avionics issues, and ensured compliance with all federal safety regulations. He maintained detailed records of all maintenance repairs, coordinated closely with pilots to address reported issues, and carried out emergency repairs to minimize operational downtime. In addition to the demanding responsibilities of his position, Mike also made time to serve as a mentor in a recently established partnership with Eastern Florida State College's Aviation Mechanic Program. His participation allowed students to gain hands-on experience at the Sheriff's Office hangar on select days of the week. Mike took a leading role in this initiative, sharing his extensive knowledge while fostering the next generation of aviation mechanics, further highlighting his commitment to excellence and community engagement. Mike's impact also extended beyond his mechanical expertise. As a commercially rated pilot, he routinely stepped in to fill pilot shifts as needed, ensuring continuity of operations with the aviation unit. For his remarkable accomplishments and his unwavering dedication, Brevard County Sheriff's Office is honored to name Mike Ryle as the 2024 Employee of the Year.
to you. We will now recognize our Corrections Deputies of the Month. The recipients were selected from the 238 corrections deputies who serve in the Brevard County Jail Complex. Our corrections deputies work with some of the most dangerous criminals and must remain vigilant and alert at all times. They are one of the reasons we sleep safe in our home at night.
Corrections Deputies of the Month.
While assigned to the 300 Pod Maximum Security Housing Unit, FTO Alexander Griggs and Corporal Antonio Saunders utilized their knowledge and experience to identify the need for search based on the inmate's behavior. During the search, several harmful contraband items were discovered, including homemade shanks, homemade alcohol, and a modified pen tube used for tattooing. The dedication and expertise of these deputies played a crucial role in conducting a search that upheld the highest level of security within the housing unit. While working in the booking area, Corrections Deputy Travis Oxrider identified that an individual arrested by another agency had provided a false name. Corrections Deputy Oxrider noticed a discrepancy between the name listed on the arrest affidavit and the name revealed by rapid identification. Further investigation uncovered the inmate had a no-bond warrant from another county for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, tampering in a felony proceeding, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. It was also determined that earlier in the day, the inmate had provided the same false name during a traffic stop, where they were issued a warning for driving without a valid license. Corrections Deputy Oxrider's diligence prevented a person with multiple active violent felony warrants from being booked under a false identity. Corporal Alicia Rich successfully intercepted dangerous drugs on 3 occasions. During one instance, she discovered 2.3 grams of methamphetamine hidden by an inmate during a search after recognizing that the inmate was exhibiting unusual behavior. In another, she found additional methamphetamine in a separate inmate search. The third incident involved an initial search of a male inmate where she uncovered hydrocodone and a straw containing cocaine. Her attention to detail in all these situations prevented harmful substances from entering the jail facility. While working in booking, Corrections Deputy Eugenio Vargas processed a male inmate and immediately noticed a strong odor of marijuana and irregularities on the inmate's body scan. During a search, Deputy Vargas observed the inmate behaving suspiciously, attempting to conceal contraband by closing his legs and refusing a proper search. Despite lawful orders, the inmate became argumentative and uncooperative. Corrections Deputy Vargas remained alert and noticed an item in the inmate's hand during the exchange. Acting quickly, Corrections Deputy Vargas gained control of the inmate's right arm, causing a green baggie to fall from the inmate's hand. Inside the green baggie were 4 smaller baggies containing marijuana, cocaine, oxycodone, and Xanax. Corrections Deputy Vargas's vigilance and attention to detail were instrumental in preventing these harmful substances from entering the facility. Since early 2024, Lieutenant Christine Bisbee has undertaken significant responsibilities within the Sheriff's Office. Working in the Career Development Unit, she focused on recruitment and background investigations. By February, she assumed the role of Corrections Academy Liaison with Eastern Florida State College, coordinating academy operations, managing schedules, and serving as the primary contact for students and the college. Despite these duties, she continued recruitment efforts and supported jail shifts. She also led advanced training at the jail, ensuring all deputies qualified with their weapons before the March deadline. Beyond recruitment and training, Lieutenant Bisbee excels in retention and morale building, connecting empathetically with all employees. During an assignment in the 300 housing unit, Corrections Deputy Angel Jimenez conducted a security and count check. As part of his routine practice, Corrections Deputy Jimenez decided to perform a check of cell 390 to ensure the cell was fully operational. During the search, he discovered an 8-inch homemade edged weapon concealed underneath the bottom bed frame, positioned between the bed and the cell wall. Corrections Deputy Jimenez promptly secured the weapon and removed it from the area. His proactive efforts and attention to detail successfully prevented potential harm to both inmates and staff. Corrections Deputy Sheila Facemeyer's vigilance and attention to detail prevented harmful contraband from entering the jail facility on 4 occasions. While conducting searches in the booking area, she uncovered items such as concealed drugs to include methamphetamine, fentanyl, clonazepam, cocaine, and drug paraphernalia concealed by the inmates. Her quick actions and careful observations, including the use of the body scanner, resulted in significant contraband being confiscated and, in one case, led to an inmate being charged with drug trafficking. Corrections Deputy Facemeyer's efforts consistently uphold the safety and security of the facility. While conducting a search of the housing unit, Field Training Officer Stephanie Fort discovered 2 bags of unknown substances hidden under a bunk. Although the area had already been searched by other correctional staff, FTO Fort noticed suspicious activity being displayed by inmates who were lined up for a person search before exiting the housing area. Based on this observation, FTO Fort decided to conduct a secondary search. One of the bags tested positive for fentanyl, while the other tested positive for methamphetamine. Due to the amount of narcotics located, agents from the Special Investigation Unit responded to conduct a follow-up investigation. FTO Fort's attention to detail during this incident effectively prevented highly dangerous substances from being distributed throughout the jail. Corrections Deputy Miles Ward received a tip that an inmate had crafted an improvised edged weapon with plans to use it against corrections personnel the following day. Acting on this information, Corrections Deputy Ward conducted a search of the inmate's bunk and property. During the search, Corrections Deputy Ward discovered an item sharpened to a point and wrapped in a torn sheet. The weapon was promptly removed, preventing potential harm to a fellow corrections deputy or other inmates. While working in the infirmary, Corrections Deputy Hannah Peters was attacked by an inmate who jumped out of his cell and pulled her to the ground. Corrections Deputy Peters, even though at a size disadvantage, defended herself with closed fist strikes and managed to direct a nurse to call for help since she couldn't reach her radio. Despite the struggle, she prevented the inmate from overpowering her by locking her legs around his hips. For approximately 1 minute, Corrections Deputy Peters fought to protect herself and the nearby nurse, holding off a much larger inmate until additional officers arrived to assist in gaining compliance. Corrections Deputy Peters' courage, composure, and strength ensured her safety and the safety of the nurse present during the dangerous encounter. Field Training Officer Stephanie Fort and Corrections Deputy Samantha Baden played a key role in preventing narcotics from entering the jail. After receiving information that a female inmate attempted to dispose of drugs in the booking vehicle Sallyport, a search of the inmate was conducted. During the search, a white rock-like substance and a bag with a brown substance was found to be hidden on the inmate's body. Despite the inmate's attempt to retrieve the substances, the corrections deputy secured them. The white substance tested positive for cocaine, and the brown substance tested positive for fentanyl. During his assigned shift in a housing unit, Corrections Deputy Luis Reynoso noticed an inmate in distress near the shower area. Corrections Deputy Reynoso responded to the area and encountered the inmate who signaled they were choking. Corrections Deputy Reynoso immediately performed an abdominal thrust maneuver, clearing the obstruction from the inmate's airway. The prompt response of Deputy Reynoso was likely responsible for saving the life of this inmate.
Will our Corrections Deputies of the Month please join Sheriff Ivey on stage? How about one more round of applause? We will now recognize our Corrections Deputy of the Year.
Corrections Deputy of the Year.
Lieutenant Christine Bisbee has been a dedicated member of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office since October of 2007. She began her career as a corrections deputy and has steadily risen through the ranks, taking on additional responsibilities such as serving on the corrections response team and working as a training supervisor. At the start of 2024, Lieutenant Bisbee assumed several critical roles. Initially, she was assigned to the Career Development Unit, where she served as a recruiter and background investigator. By February, her responsibilities expanded to include the role of Corrections Academy liaison between the Sheriff's Office and Eastern Florida State College. In this capacity, she has enthusiastically coordinated and facilitated the Corrections Academy, developed schedules, filled instructor positions, and acted as the primary point of contact for students and the college. Despite the Academy being a full-time commitment, she seamlessly managed additional tasks such as recruiting for the jail, assisting shifts, and fostering meaningful relationships with jail employees. In July, Eastern Florida State College celebrated the graduation of 19 students who had completed the academy under her guidance. By October, Lieutenant Bisbee had successfully recruited 40 new applicants. Her exceptional work ethic has led to the highest number of certified corrections deputies and corrections academy candidates in the background process in the past 4 years. Beyond recruitment and academy coordination, Lieutenant Bisbee spearheaded advanced training initiatives for jail personnel. To meet an accreditation standard, all jail deputies were required to qualify with their weapons by the end of March. Despite the tight timeline, she coordinated range time, shift schedules, and patrol block training to ensure compliance with this mandate. Lieutenant Bisbee's impact extends beyond recruitment and training. She excels in fostering employee retention and morale thanks to her ability to connect with each team member on a personal level. Her empathy and understanding make her the go-to person for support within the jail.
We will now recognize our 2024 Deputies of the Month. Our Deputies of the Month were selected from the 522 Sheriff's Deputies who proudly serve in Patrol Canine, Marine Investigations, Aviation, Civil, District and School Security, and Court Services.
Deputies of the Month.
While conducting traffic enforcement, FTO Mike Neal observed a vehicle cresting the causeway, traveling eastbound in the westbound lanes. FTO Neal pulled his patrol vehicle into the westbound lane and activated his emergency blue lights to gain the attention of the wrong-way driver to stop or redirect their vehicle. However, it continued to travel toward oncoming traffic. Upon observing that the vehicle was not going to stop, FTO Neal placed the passenger side of his patrol car into the path of the oncoming vehicle. The vehicle crashed into FTO Neal's patrol vehicle near the passenger side door, traveling down the side until it impacted the passenger side rear wheel. The impact disabled both vehicles. FTO Neal immediately exited his vehicle and checked the condition of the driver, who was later determined to be driving under the influence of alcohol and subsequently arrested. FTO Neal's courageous and quick-thinking response to this wrong-way driver likely prevented significant property damage and protected human life. Responding to the scene where two males were brutally attacked and shot multiple times, Agents Joel Hernandez and Nick Waltman quickly pieced together a complex web of evidence, identifying the suspect as one of the victim's adult sons. Despite facing significant challenges and the suspect actively attempting to evade capture, the agents tirelessly pursued leads and collaborated with law enforcement in South Carolina to track the suspect's movements. Through their exhaustive efforts, the agents were able to establish a compelling timeline and motive linking the suspect to the crime. Their relentless pursuit culminated in an arrest warrant being issued for numerous charges, including attempted premeditated murder with a firearm. Agent Ryan Mason was traveling on I-95 when he observed a sport utility vehicle that had overturned, coming to rest upside down in a retention pond. Agent Mason approached the vehicle to check for occupants and observed a male hanging upside down, trying to keep his head above the waterline while being trapped by the locked seatbelt. Agent Mason jumped into the water and was able to unfasten the seatbelt and assist the driver out of the vehicle. The actions taken by Agent Mason to keep the driver's head above water while freeing him from the vehicle were instrumental in saving his life. FTO Gareth Givens and Marine Deputy Tom Case responded to a distress call in reference to 3 females who were swept off their paddleboards in the Banana River during an unexpected incoming storm. The danger to these individuals was further compounded by the fact that none of them were wearing life vests. Facing severe conditions, including 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts and heavy rain, FTO Givens and Deputy Case navigated through challenging waters to locate the stranded individuals. Despite the adverse weather, they successfully located all 3 women and rescued them from the water, with only one suffering minor injuries. The swift response of FTO Givens and Deputy Case were instrumental in saving the lives of these women. Despite losing their paddleboards, the 3 friends survived the ordeal thanks to the bravery and determination of these deputies. Responding to a hit-and-run accident involving a reckless driver, Deputy Jose Rodriguez encountered a manic suspect who posed a significant threat to public safety. As Deputy Rodriguez reached the scene, the male ran directly towards him while reaching in his waistband. Deputy Rodriguez pushed the male away to create space, while at the same time observing that the male was reaching for a handgun hidden in his waistband. Deputy Rodriguez drew his firearm and ordered the male to drop his weapon. As another deputy approached to assist Deputy Rodriguez, the male dropped the weapon and was ultimately secured and taken into custody. Deputy Rodriguez's swift actions ensured the safety of numerous bystanders and was accomplished without injury to anyone. Deputy Austin Henry responded to multiple calls about a wrong-way driver on Interstate 95. As he approached the area, Deputy Henry entered the highway and attempted to stop the vehicle by activating his emergency lights and siren. As the suspect vehicle approached, it was apparent the vehicle was not slowing down or pulling off the roadway. Realizing he could not avoid a collision, Deputy Henry turned his vehicle at the last second to avoid a head-on collision, taking the impact of the driver's rear door and quarter panel, which rendered the vehicle inoperable, preventing a catastrophic collision with other motorists. Thankfully, Deputy Henry only sustained minor injuries because of the incident. The suspect, who was determined to be extremely intoxicated, was turned over to the Florida Highway Patrol. Deputies responded to a suspicious incident in Palm Shores after a resident advised that earlier in the day she observed a male and female on her security camera breaking into her vehicle. When deputies arrived, they encountered the suspect, who attempted to walk away. While ordering the two suspects to stop, the female pulled a firearm out of a bag and pointed it in the direction of the deputies before fleeing with the man into a nearby wooded area. A search involving deputies, the BCSO Aviation Unit, and a Melbourne Police Department K9 team located the suspects hiding in a thick underbrush. During the attempted apprehension, the female again pointed the firearm at law enforcement, at which time Deputy Lauren Donaldson reacted to the deadly threat by discharging her weapon, wounding the female. The female again fled on foot, but was captured shortly thereafter. Because of the female suspect's actions, Deputy Donaldson had no other alternative than to respond with deadly force to protect herself and other law enforcement personnel from potential serious injury or death. Corporal Anthony Nunez responded to a report of a wrong-way driver traveling westbound in the eastbound lanes near North Wickham Road and Pineda Causeway. After initially failing to locate the vehicle, he encountered a black pickup truck traveling south in the northbound lanes on US Highway 1. Corporal Nunez immediately activated his emergency lights, but the truck did not stop. With another motorist approaching from behind, Corporal Nunez positioned his vehicle to ensure the truck crashed into him rather than into other drivers. After crashing head-on into his patrol vehicle, Corporal Nunez exited the vehicle and detained the driver, who was subsequently charged by Florida Highway Patrol with DUI. Corporal Nunez heroically placed himself in a life-threatening position in order to prevent potential harm to other motorists. Deputies responded to a traffic crash involving a vehicle that had veered off into the river near the Pineda Causeway and South Tropical Trail in Merritt Island. Deputy McLaughlin and another deputy arrived on scene and observed two Good Samaritans in the water attempting to pull the driver out of the vehicle's rear window, struggling to keep the man's head above water. They immediately swam out to the vehicle and assisted with rescuing the driver. As the driver was being removed from the vehicle, Deputy Noah Kane and FTO Jeremy Mackey arrived on scene. The driver was taken to the seawall, where he was pulled from the water, where Deputy Kane began life-saving efforts, while FTO Mackey coordinated the response of additional resources. Brevard Fire Rescue responded and transported the man to an area hospital, where he was expected to make a full recovery. Deputies Jimmy Wright and Ben Nemeth were working on off-duty traffic detail near Cruise Terminal 1 in Port Canaveral when they noticed a man collapse from an apparent medical emergency. The man was unresponsive, not breathing, and had no pulse. Deputy Wright retrieved an AED while Deputy Nemeth began chest compressions. After the AED delivered a shock, the deputies continued CPR for about 7 minutes until paramedics arrived. Paramedics determined the man had regained a pulse and was breathing on his own before transporting him to an area hospital for further treatment. The quick and decisive actions of Deputies Wright and Nemeth were crucial in saving this man's life. Deputy Shane Dalton was dispatched to a medical emergency in Cape Canaveral involving a male who was unresponsive due to complications from COPD. Upon arrival, Deputy Dalton observed signs of severe distress, including agonal breathing, unresponsive pupils, and discoloration of the man's extremities. He immediately initiated life-saving measures, performing 4 rounds of CPR. Fire rescue personnel arrived on scene and continued the efforts and was successful in restoring the man's pulse, enabling him to breathe independently before transporting him to an area hospital for further treatment. At the hospital, medical staff confirmed the male was maintaining a pulse and breathing on his own after suffering a major cardiac arrest. Brevard County Fire Rescue credited Deputy Dalton's prompt and effective actions as critical to the male's survival of this significant medical event. FTO Billy Mosbach, Deputy Sean Birchfield, and Deputy Jackson Hinkle responded to a disturbance in Vieira where a woman reported that her husband, who had been drinking, threatened her with a knife and a firearm. The woman advised that her husband had warned that he would either harm himself or would provoke a suicide by cop situation if deputies responded. After establishing a perimeter around their home, Deputy Birchfield contacted the man by phone. Initially cooperative, the man became agitated and hung up. During a subsequent call, the male eventually exited the residence. As he walked down the driveway toward the deputies, FTO Mosbach observed the man holding a firearm pointed at his own head. Despite repeated commands to drop the weapon, the man refused while continuing to walk towards the deputies before making the decision to point the firearm directly at them. Faced with no other option, FTO Mosbach discharged his firearm, stopping the deadly threat. The actions of this male placed the deputies in a situation where they were forced to act to protect themselves from a violent attack.
Will our Deputies of the Month please join Sheriff Ivey on stage? How about one more round of applause? Now time to recognize our 2024 Deputy of the Year.
Deputy of the Year.
The Brevard County Sheriff's Office responded to a 911 call regarding a traffic crash in which a vehicle had veered off into the river near the Pineda Causeway and South Tropical Trail in Merritt Island. Deputy Bradley McLaughlin was among the first to arrive at the scene and observed two Good Samaritans in the water attempting to rescue the lone occupant of a completely submerged Nissan pickup truck. Recognizing the urgency of the situation and seeing that the civilians were struggling to keep the man's head above water, Deputy McLaughlin immediately removed his equipment and, while still in full uniform, entered the water and swam approximately 20 feet to the vehicle. As Deputy McLaughlin worked to free the man, additional deputies arrived on the scene. With the assistance of the Good Samaritans and another deputy who joined the effort, the driver was finally able to be removed from the truck. Once removed, the still unconscious driver was carefully taken to the seawall, all while the rescuers remained treading water. Once at the seawall, Deputy Noah Kane and FTO Jeremy Mackey lifted the male over the seawall. The driver was moved to solid ground, where Deputy Kane immediately initiated life-saving measures, while FTO Mackey coordinated the response of additional resources. Thanks to everyone's swift actions, the driver eventually began breathing on his own. Brevard County Fire Rescue arrived shortly after and transported the male to an area hospital for further treatment. Later that night, he was released from the hospital after being treated for medical issues believed to have been the cause of the crash. Due to the courageous actions of Deputy McLaughlin, Deputy Kane, and other responding deputies, this man's life was saved. The selfless decision of Deputy McLaughlin to enter the water in full uniform, without regard for his own safety, exemplifies his unwavering dedication to protecting the citizens of this community. For his heroic and selfless actions during this incident, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office is proud to recognize Deputy Bradley McLaughlin as the 2024 Deputy of the Year.
What you just saw is just a snapshot. And you know how proud I am of them. I know how proud our community is of them. But they face these dangers every day. They go into life-saving mode. They defend each other. They defend each other's lives and everything that goes on. And it's an amazing thing to sit and watch them and see all the great things they do. So, as I said, this is just a snapshot that it truly represents the great work that our team does. I love each other. It's really amazing.
All right. This has been a wonderful night of recognition and honor. Congratulations to all our award recipients and their families. There's no greater award than those presented by your peers. I am truly honored to be a part of such a wonderful organization. Sheriff, it's all yours.
Thank you, Jay. Big round of applause for Corporal Jay Martinez and all he and his team do. Stand by in the next few weeks. I'm going to have Jay in a cow outfit. That should be pretty funny. All right, what a great evening. And you know, when I swear in new members of our team, I ask them to do 4 things for us. The first one is come to work and have fun. If you're having fun, you will be successful. And this is an amazing opportunity to have fun while doing something great for your community. So I want them to have fun. I want them to put bad people in jail or whatever their part of the mission is that works toward that. I want them to do it more professionally than anyone else. And I want them to go home safe each and every night. Tonight, you got a front row seat to the greatest show on earth. You got to see exactly what those 4 things in action look like. These are incredible men and women of all walks of life that make up our agency. I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm humbled to wear the same uniform as the men and women that stood on this stage tonight. They're amazing. What they do is like no others in the world. I truly believe that our agency is one of the best in the country, and it's because of the 1,700 incredible members. They're courageous, they're dedicated, committed, and honest.
Got a lot of power.
They're passionate law enforcement officers who make us proud every second, every minute, and every hour of the day. I love this agency. And what makes me love it so much are the men and women that make this agency what it is. I never dreamed I'd get a chance to be part of this. But to see what they do, to see how they do it, to see the passion they do it with, it's like nothing else I ever imagined. Please give one more great round of applause to our team members. Now, before we leave tonight, and by the way, I think we set a record pace tonight. I'm going to ask our command team to acknowledge that, or am I right or wrong in that? So, good. Great job to everybody, but before we leave, I need to thank a few people. Of course, our hosts here at Church of Viera for helping make tonight such a success. The Honor Guard for our flag ceremony. Jana for her national anthem. Our incredible awards committee. This takes hours and hours and hours of work to make this happen, so please give them a round of applause. All of our volunteers who helped make tonight possible, our crime scene team for capturing tonight's ceremony, our logistics team for the beautiful plaques, our PBA president, Marlon Buggs, and Representative J.J. Woolsey for their incredible support. Please give them a round of applause. Giles Malone, Tom Palermo, and the entire Space Coast Daily team for all they do to make this evening so special for our team. They're joining us in partnership in doing this has truly, truly taken our award ceremony to another level. If you didn't get a picture before with your plaque, I'll meet you in the lobby right after the ceremony. And then I just want to close out by thanking our community. You hear me say it a lot, but our citizens love us, they trust us, and they protect us just as much as we love, trust, and protect them. It's like nowhere else in the country. That's why we're getting great law enforcement officers that want to come join our BCSO family from all over the country. It's because of you, our community. It's because of you, our BCSO family. And we are honored to serve. Have a great night, everybody. I'm going to ask Richie Hargraves to come up and close us in a word of prayer.
If you just bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, as we come to the end of our time together, we thank you for what has been accomplished here tonight. May we recognize our brave men and women who have vowed and dedicated their lives to serve and protect your people and whom you love so dearly. I pray that your mighty hand and outstretched arm would go before them in the battle for enforcing justice. Lord, anoint them as your agents of righteousness to battle the deeds of those who plot evil. I ask you, precious and powerful Holy Spirit, to keep a hedge of protection around them, and the peace of Christ that transcends understanding, guide them with strength, wisdom, and discernment, and unite them safely with their families after duty has ended. It is in the name of Jesus Christ I pray, and everyone said, Amen. Amen.
Drive home safe, everybody. God bless.